Hello. Good day to you, sir, slash madam. Welcome to Darth Dragon Does Math. We're going to learn about the coordinate plane today. This video is all about our notes, so we're just going to learn a couple of vocabulary words and a little bit about the coordinate plane, kind of how it's set up. And hopefully we'll have a good enough foundation that everything else we do today comes easy. So the first thing I want to talk about, I'm just going to do vocabulary. We're going to talk about a coordinate. So a coordinate is basically just a point. It's an ordered pair of numbers that gives the location of a point on a coordinate plane. Okay, so for example, the way it looks is so we'll say 4, 1 is an example, and generally what this means is we take all of our coordinates as x, y, and we'll talk about a little bit more of this in a bit. But if I were to graph this, and you would say, so 4, that means go over 4 first, and then 1, up 1. So right here, that is a coordinate slash point. It gives the location on the coordinate plane, which is our next vocab word. So coordinate plane. So a coordinate plane is a grid formed by horizontal by a horizontal. Let's do a caret. A horizontal line, and we call this the x-axis, and a vertical line, and we call that the y-axis. These intersect at a right angle. You're used to seeing this. Well, we've been doing it where we just go like this, and that would be a right angle, but what we're going to work on now is we're going to bring negative numbers into the mix. So we're going to have some negative numbers here. So this is the horizontal x-axis, and this is the vertical y-axis, and we'll talk about that some more. In fact, yes, the x-axis is the one that goes left and right. It's this guy right here. This guy right here, that is the y-axis. Goes up and down. So in case you're confused what vertical means, think about jumping. How high is his vertical? How high can he jump? That's how high up and down he can go. And then horizontal, that is left and right. And maybe a way to think about that is you need a horizontal line to complete an H. That's how I remember it. So those are those, and then we also have what we call quadrants, which we'll get to in a second. But quad means 4. These are the 4 sections of a coordinate plane. So and it says 1, 2, 3, 4, and let me go ahead and just draw a real detailed coordinate plane first real quick. So include the quadrants, the x-axis, and all that good stuff. So start with the vertical line. that is the y-axis. Somewhere in the middle, we have the x-axis. We don't really talk about this right now, but I do want to point out the middle here, where they meet. That's called the origin. So if you ever hear, what is the origin of a coordinate plane? That's where the two lines meet. And the origin is the coordinate point 0, 0. Okay, so that is the origin. That's where the two lines meet. And I said there's 4 quadrants. And we start here, and we actually go around in a circle like that, which is counterclockwise, which we're not used to counting. But we start here, and this is quadrant 1. This over here, so we go here, here. This is quadrant 2. This right here is quadrant 3. And over here is quadrant 4. And usually quadrants are labeled with Roman numerals. So notice that these are I's and V's, and that's something to get used to seeing as well. One more thing I want to add on here, and is the signs. This is the x-axis, but this side of the x-axis is called the positive x side. This right here is the positive y. So the more to the right you go, the more positive it is. The higher you go, the more positive it is. And we have worked really hard when making number lines to make sure that the positive side is on the right, and it's in the positive up and down is up top, so that we can relate it to this. So I hope we've done a decent job about that. Negative x, negative y. So any point in quadrant 1, I'll say Q1, will have a positive x value and a positive y value. So it would be positive, positive. Anything in quadrant 2 is negative x. We go negative, we go x first, and positive y. Anything in quadrant 3, we go negative x, negative y, and anything in quadrant 4, we do positive, negative. And I did not do Roman numerals there, so I apologize for not being consistent. But anyways, all right, that's it. Yay.